Is the one take show, and I'm trying to obviously change the game.
Goes live with the one take show. If you wanna vibe, come and speak your mind. You should know just how we stay. We just like trying to be great. Live life, get right, it ain't easy. Oh, it's the one take.
You are now tuned into the One Take Show podcast. Yes. Welcome to the One Take Show. Woo! I got some big hitters in here tonight. Obviously, you got some great guys here. You know what I mean? So I'll start off with you, my guy. Dean White.
Yeah,
How you doing, my bro?
I'm all good, my bro. All good, man. Delighted to be here tonight, man.
How's everything going?
Everything's good, you know. Very busy. Can't complain.
Yes.
God is good, man. We're just here, man. We're working, you know what I mean?
Sick. And obviously, we got, you know what I mean, other two guests here. Do you want to introduce yourself, bro?
I'm Chris, man.
Chris.
Blvckbox Management.
Blvckbox Management. Wicked.
Santos CEO.
My boy, yeah. Me and him go way back, obviously. We got history and that, so obviously I've known him for some time through football and that. You know what I mean? Obviously now he's a bit changed now. He's starting to do his boxing thing and that. So that's wicked, man. So how did all you lot meet, first of all? Like how did you lot all link up?
Obviously, I think me and this is my bro from years, innit?
Yeah.
We've all gone back from many years. We're old cats anyway, so it's a long road. And then obviously through boxing, me and Santos linked. He's good people, man. Good energy, so...
Yeah.
You know, we catched up and then I actually took him around the world with me. After that, we've been kind of in Simprad. Where did we go?
Vegas. No, first we went Mexico.
Can't remember.
Yeah, we went Mexico.
No, we've done some mad tours, bro.
And it was mad because I just went to meet him to buy some of his...
the short set. Yeah.
He was like, oh, bro.
Mexico,
I'm going to America.
Yeah.
I was like, when? He was like, oh, in 2-3 days' time. I was like, you go. And then he was like, on my ones, you know. Like, and I think for like 2 seconds, I was like, I'm coming still.
We just went on a mad one. That was a mad one, because we ended up being in Mexico for nearly 3 weeks. Then going, was it Vegas?
Vegas, yes.
And then LA, was it LA?
No, LA, then Vegas.
What, just for like...
Boxing, just boxing, yeah. And then after we've done it again, I think we've just been traveling.
So how's that experience been like just the whole traveling and just the whole like not everyone can travel, do you know what I mean? Not everyone can even afford to travel. So how's it like going to places like Mexico and Vegas and that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know, like I for me, obviously I've travelled for years anyway, but I think for him it's like like my brand's good here and in America. I still get similar traction in the big fights and the love. So for him to experience it, he's like, wow, this is mad. So I think it was kind of like surprising for him, especially places like in Las Vegas at the big fights or, you know, Madison Square Garden and these kind of places. So when we've gone these places and gone to the fights, and even in LA, I think we've got a lot of love as well. But I think it was just like, he's just like, shit, man. Yeah, I'm so happy to be here. I'm actually I can't believe it. So it's quite funny. You know, when you watch other people's, because I've just been doing this and it's like been growing and growing. So it's like, but I suppose it is a good experience every time when you kind of face the love and that. Like even when we went, I think that was a crazy time. That time.
How was that?
That was when Fury, 2 Wilder. Listen, bro, you'd think I was one of the fighters, B. It was wild. I'm not even lying, serious. Like I came into what's that, MGM?
MGM Grand.
I walked in, as I was going to check in, as we walked in, it's like bare cameras and people come towards me. D White, what's happening, man? What's going on? Like bare media talking to man. It's like bare cameras, bare people queuing.
How does that feel though?
For pictures. Now, it's just mad. It's like, bro, this is really good. The work translates so far. Yeah. You know, like now with podcasts and interviews, they got translated across the world and everywhere. So it was kind of mad. And just the whole experience, just being there, walking around in the MGM, bro, it just took hours. Like bare fans and that. I think we had, how many fans? I think they said they had about 18,000.
That's crazy.
Gypsies, I think that was over there. So, you know, boxing fans that just taking pictures, chatting to people, going out. Even that man was just getting patterned to get me. Like bare the Hakkasan and all them clubs. Like it was surreal, to be honest. And then obviously, you know, like it's just like raw. This little, you know, it was part of the journey. And then now, you know, when we go there, it's kind of the same. We get a good love from media, the boxing, And then obviously we just going out and enjoying ourselves and building, make sure we stay focused on continuing to build brick by brick with little things. And now, now we're here with the Black Box Global with the promotion.
How's that
stuff.
going? Like Black Box?
Yeah, the Black Box Global stuff's going good. This is BB, man. Check us out.
Come on.
We got the merchandise, man, and you already hit, man.
How did that come up?
Do you know what? I've been talking about this for a while. It's pre-COVID times. It was spoken about, and then COVID kind of hit. We did have a few problems with getting the license, the board license, because obviously, as young black guys from different demographics, I think it was a bit harder to come in, and my pal, he's got African names, so obviously for them it's like, yo, what there? Who's this chap? You know what I mean? Who's this? Who's that name? That's not you. And I said, but it's my partner. So, there was a bit of a struggle to get through the door. Because obviously, it's like a British boxing board. So it's like a bit of an old man's gentleman's club where they just got their thing popping. There's not a lot of black managers and promoters in the game. So we were sat out because we was working and things was okay. But they were, and then I just saw a lane thinking, well, there's not a lot of diversity in this thing. There's not really a lot of black promoters, a lot of, managers and stuff. So I think, it'd be great if man could get in and form something for people to come through. Because some people might not want to be fighters. Some people have got, brains and articulate, can speak. And then they might say, well, I'd like to be a promoter. I was saying this to someone at the fight, it probably was harder for people, older school people in the time because, the times was a lot more racist and things. They say we've evolved somewhat, but
not too much, but
So the thing is, I was saying to them that it would have been better if there was a legacy left before we came in, so we could bounce off of the back of that. There's definitely been inroads that was made, but at the same time, no one didn't solidify anything coming through any black promoter. Maybe they weren't given the opportunity properly. They was probably pushed into a corner because I can see it. It's happening with little bits here and there with things, you know what I mean? So I could probably see it. So we're probably in an easier time now. There's a lot more black athletes performing and at the top of the sport around the globe. So, I guess maybe they were thinking, well, I don't know. Maybe we'll let a few of them in, see how it goes. I don't know.
That's what it's about, you know what I mean? Like, it's all about taking people with you, do you know what I mean?
But it's been a difficult role. But you know what? Like I said, we're having some success. We've had 3 sold out shows in the last 6 months. We've got another one coming up, a co-promotion, 25th of June. So, good is good, man. We're just grafting. We're putting all the effort in. Obviously, us guys here, and there's loads of people behind the scenes that the team's just getting bigger and bigger. And we plan to take it abroad at some stage. So the opportunities are creating. They're coming. People are calling. The phone calls are being made. We just gotta get solidified with the pen and the.
Of course.
You gotta get that ready. It's made from. You gotta get our money.
The paper gotta be right.
We gotta get our money because we can't be trying to go there and do things without sheets. We gotta, at the same time, I'm still down to work because it's just what I am. It's in the DNA that I want to put in, lay the foundations, because without doing that, things can't grow anyway. But if I see an opportunity and there's potential, then I'll still look at that as well. Yeah. Because when there's potential, there's an opportunity to get this money. Yeah. So it's just, things are good, man.
That's wicked. But a lot of people always see the end results. People don't really see all the failure, the hard work. So Chris, talk about certain things that you guys had to go through as a unit to get to where you are now.
A lot, man. Ups and downs, smiles and frowns.
Yeah, back at that. You know that.
Man, pushing, knockbacks, people chatting, fake dreams. Saying things, not answering the phone. To keep pushing, keep striving, Big homie did it though. You know what I mean? Kept fighting, kept the faith. We got there in the end, man. We're still pushing and fighting.
Absolutely.
Wicked. But what made you keep faith? Because a lot of people if they get set back, it's I don't want to do this no more. So what kept you believing we can actually do this thing?
In ourselves. We had the platform. My guys are genius, you know what I'm saying? We got good people behind us. We get the love from the streets. We get the love from everybody, all colours, all races. You know what I mean? Yeah. We know how to deal with people. We're from the streets. Yeah. We're from the same people there. You know what I mean? Yeah. The same. So they admire us, they identify with us. And that's it basically, Just trying to give other people inspiration and know that we can help you and we help each other to get to where we need to get to.
Wicked.
That's it, basically, man. You know.
Wicked.
Yeah, man. We still fighting.
And where you lot trying to take this? Like how far? Like what's the aim? Obviously, wow, I see a bear man already. Yeah,
No, because it's the name, fam. It's Blvckboxglobal. We going global, baby. That's it, man.
I saw some. Woo.
Yeah, because
over there giggling.
The sky's the limit. You know what I'm trying to say? Because like I'm trying to connect. You know, America's the real big fish and big pond, man. You know, like if you can get into there, I've broken into there somewhat. It's still inroads to be made. If we can get the right investment and people to back it. Bro, this is like I do this talking media.
I can't lie to you. I give it up to you. That's your thing. That's your thing. I can't lie. You can talk to anyone.
Yeah. So it's a look, and you know people identify and say, Raj, you know what? There's not many people. Eddie's like you. You got a similar thing like Eddie, but the only difference is you're from the hood, so people identify with that factor. But then you can go into their field and articulate yourself and express yourself in a similar manner. Some people will say, how do you turn on when the camera? I said, bro, it's just showbiz, man. It's just not, I don't know. It just gets cracking, but this is what I do. I end up sometimes doing 30 interviews in one day, 20. It's mad, bro. Like, especially when it comes, people are like, how come you get more interviews than the fighters who are actually fighting? I say, well, you know, this thing's about numbers as well. You know what I mean? If you can give them content and articulate and break things down and analyze breaking things down, people like that and people viewing. Regardless if they love to hate you, there's both sides.
Of course.
So with the hate, there's love, but it's views, irrespective. And that's how man create money from that. So, you know, people tune in, say what you like, man. You know, if you pay me, suckers.
But like, you know what it is though? I feel like a lot of people tune into you because you say how it is.
Yeah, as well.
Like, there's no fake. Like, people know when they talk to you, you're gonna get the truth. You're gonna get like black and white. There's no, I thought he coulda, shoulda. It's always direct, and I think people like appreciate someone that's
like that. Do you know what I mean? As well. That's what a lot of people do say. They say there's not really no bias in my thing. Even at the fight on the weekend, for example. Obviously, Craig's my brother. They're both my guys. And I just wanted a good, solid fight, and we got that. And then I was talking about the scorecards, and I said, I felt like it was just too wide. That fight was a real close fight. Even if you edged it two ways for Boatsy, or one way for Craig, or a draw, or whatever, that 16-11 was wild. Yeah. That score. That didn't tell the tale of the fight that was Saturday night. Yeah. Them man, their head was bump up. BLX. You get me? Fight, and even after, Boatsy was like, listen, that weren't a fair scorecard. That weren't the fight I was in. So credit to him and respect that he's even saying that. And I was like, boy, obviously Matchroom are pushing my man. It's not us casting aspersions against them. I just say, as it is, that's the guy they're batting for. So obviously he was destined to get most of the nod. Some people might not like his, but I just tell it how it is. It's up to you if you want to carry feelings about what man's saying. But I'm a straight shooter. I don't know like what these done. They back round and tell you anything you want to hear and pretending like you said, don't pick up the phone or just lie to you. Like, for example, they were saying there was, 5,000 or 6,000 there. It didn't look like that, to be honest. It was pretty decent. But it's about sales. It's business. You know, Eddie's very, very good at selling and pitching something. Yeah. He would tell you something's 20,000, it might be 12. You get me? But
and you're believing it because the way he's saying it.
It's showbiz. So, you know, and he's very good at that. And he's managed to commandeer just boxing fans and people in man's culture, because people know, because he's got a little swaggy talks, you know, like a little bit like he has his street moments, like he goes, jeez, and people like, oh, right, my man in his suit is different, but I think they bought into that brand, which is good. There's nothing wrong with that. He played the cards, the deck he was handed, and ran with it, and is winning.
Works for him.
Exactly.
You know, so why change something that works for you? But do you know what I mean?
Yeah, right now we trying to be authentic and, you know, say it as it is, and people like you say, people like that still. So it's all good right now. We just continue to build and you know, by God's grace, one day we're gonna get to that position. Inshallah. But we gonna be straight shooters, unfortunately.
No, that's how it should be. How hard is it like to put on a show? Because obviously, if you're watching it in person, it looks easy. You know what I mean? Like, some lights, audience, but like, how hard is it to put on not just a good show, but a great show where people can enjoy it?
Exactly.
So like, how hard is it?
It takes a lot of time and effort. It takes a lot of planning, tedious things. Is probably more to that, but the planning and executing that plan, like I said, we've got a good team, people who everyone plays their position, and I talk about this quite a bit in the interviews. I say, do you know what? We're not Matchroom, so when the show is finished, we got a lot of work to do after to pack everything away and put. And they don't see that days. What day was it? Wednesday, I think, when we finally finished packing up.
Mad.
Wednesday, the show was Saturday, you know.
That's mad, yeah.
But obviously, like, you know, we did kind of do some other work on the Monday. Went and inspected another building for another show which we're trying to get sanctioned by the British Boxing Board. But I mean, there's a lot of work behind the scenes leading up and after. Obviously, we're building the team. We are paying a lot of people and stuff, but we are hands-on as well.
Yeah.
Because we're just normal cats from the end, so we try and do a lot of the work ourselves. We're trying to keep that paper. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and use it for the company's growth.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we're just shelling out and then we ain't got nothing to put back in when we're kind of manoeuvring the table. But right now, like I said, it is quite hard. It's tedious. And I think it shows in our shows how much effort we put into that show, because it translates by how good the shows are.
Yeah.
And even the board are like, wow, it's such an amazing show. The staff are very easy to work with and efficient. And that's quite a key thing, efficiency, you know. They said there's guys who have been doing this for tens of years and their shows aren't as good and they're not as efficient. There's no kind of aspersion on those people. It's just what it is. It's just a fact. What they say. They love the food, jerk chicken. You know what I mean? With the jerk chicken, they were like, that's spicy chicken, lovely. You know what I mean? So I think it was, like I said, I'm trying to, or the whole team, obviously we were on the same hymn sheet. What we they just go with what I'm rolling with, or sometimes they put their input, and then sometimes I do things and I've got my stubborn ways, but then people all kind of get against me and try and say...
We talk about that as well. Because obviously, I'm sure you all have different ideas.
Sometimes.
And everyone has their own take. So when do you know, like, because as men, like men have egos. So when do you know how to put that aside and be like, you know what he's saying makes more sense? Cool.
No, obviously if they've kind of... To be honest, we're all normally on the same page anyway, but there's a few times where I'm just always trying to... And then they're trying to go against me, especially that Fagan.
Santa's against you, yeah?
Nah, he's alright, but he's like, oh no, don't you think? I said, no, I don't think actually.
Yeah.
I've already thought. It's done. It's my fault.
But you need that. You need that.
But no, we do.
You need that in the
We've
team.
got other team members. They do
it's like, at the end of the day, it's like being on the ship, innit?
Yeah.
Everyone went on Titanic, but there was one guy leading that boat. And everyone else was just doing their own thing. Obviously, he's got advisors, whoever, but like at the end of the day, the captain's there, innit? And like he said, we've all got the same plan and vision. That's the main thing. As long as we all got that, it's fine. Yes, sometimes us being men, we have our own thoughts, and that's I think that's the key thing. We're not scared to say what we think.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of groups, certain men don't say what they think, and then
they're afraid.
When things end up happening, they're just like, well, I was thinking that.
It's too late.
But then you look at your friend like, well, if you was thinking that, why didn't you say anything in the beginning? Because we're brothers, innit? And then men fight anyway. So, and if you can't get through an argument after you've had whatever, you're not real friends.
You're not real friends and brothers,
You shouldn't be in that ship or whatever. So, I'm
got
not
the
scared.
same vision. That's why it works.
Wicked.
Absolutely, man.
So it's more about the end goal than...
Yeah.
That's the main thing. As long as we're headed to the same place.
Egos.
Yeah.
That's a key one. Even with the boys in the gym, I always say that, man. I said there's bare egos, man. You, man, want things. This game is not easy. Like, for example, the last few days I've set up this strengthening, conditioning stuff for these boys. They didn't want to travel from... Where's he come from? One's from Sydenham.
Where's
Sydenham.
Where's that?
So somewhere
Southeast.
Okay.
Like
I'm northwest, man.
Yeah.
You
don't know where Sydenham is?
Nah, bro. I stay in the hood, man.
Crystal Palace.
Oh, them side. Yeah. Bro,
Lewisham.
For real, I've never been there. Yeah. You know what's man? Yeah.
No, but I know everywhere.
Yeah. I've never been there, man. That sounded crazy.
You need to travel a bit more, my friend.
You know what I mean? One day.
Go down to Shepherd's Bush a little. Did you know there?
Nah, I've been there.
Oh, familiar?
I've been there.
Wonderful.
No, but you know what it is with me? I don't go places where I don't need to be.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
If I go there and the man gets clotted or something, you know what I mean?
I feel you. I know what you mean. I definitely.
Everything I need is within my reach.
And it is sticky one over. It's a sticky one. Bit of a sticky one still over there. Sticky.
No,
Sydenham.
So
Trust me, Sydenham serious though.
Where I need to
but you can drive through. One day just drive through.
I don't drive, brother.
Oh, you don't drive?
TF4
Oh, yeah, it's better you don't go there, my friend.
yeah.
There's better things going on, and it's not nice more time on that strip. Trust me. But, some of the boys was coming from there. Some was coming from, where does he come from? He's coming from like Mitcham. So I understand their concern, they're travelling, and they're talking about, oh, can't the guy come to the gym? I said, my friend, this is not about convenience for you. This is about your career. Things that are inconvenient is going to be the best for you. You can't dictate talking about you want this in here. Don't work like that. You got to go outside your comfort zone and get things done. That's how shit gets done. Yeah. I put a lot of money, and these guys have, the same, put a lot of money in traveling and doing shit to build this brand and be in positioning, to put myself in positions to build so we can be here today. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So not just saying me sitting here in the UK. If I didn't travel and go America and do so and position myself, the brand wouldn't have grown. Of course, yeah. So these guys talking about that was quite frustrating. So I had to get onto them. Now they've gone, they're like, rotted. The setup's mad, Oh, hey, it's proper. They've got like 10 watt bikes, everything's computer, digital. Yeah, this is like, so now they understand. I'm saying, listen, this is the difference from being at the level you're going to be and growing to a bigger level. This takes a long time to be an athlete. If you look at Conor Ben, I was talking to him Saturday and I was saying, I use him as an example. I said to him, because you're a young man that's aspired, because the Ben name, you had that tag on your back, but you grew and you went and knuckled down, done your strength and conditioning. You can see how his body's transformed and he's become some devastating puncher. And that's because he said, look, I've moved from Australia to here, left my family, made his own family and just grafted. And he weren't in his comfort zone because he didn't have his family a lot of the time when he was there. So I was trying to explain to them, and I was saying to him, I use your example, you're just licking down man left, right, I said you're just laughing. So, I said, you're just blowing out, be a chin. So, and he was like, yeah, right, yeah, proper thing. So I use him and say to these guys, he's the example. If you want to show what hard work can do, he's the guy to look at, and he's closer to you. Like, instead of looking at guys in America, look at someone a bit closer and show what they're doing and appreciate their skill set and their little things. I'm not saying he's the best athlete or sportsman, but I'm saying his work ethic is undeniable, and it shows in how he looks and when he fights. And Matchroom believe in that, and they've pushed him on. But I'm saying to these guys, put the energy in, leave your ego, all this. You don't wanna go there because of this. It takes this time. That time, what it's going to take you, that's nothing. In the grand scheme of this thing, when you develop and progress later on in life, you pat me on the back to say, that was probably the best move I did going to do that. Yeah. And that's how it is. Boxing, there's no easy roads into this field. Just like football or anything else you jump into. It's not easy. Everything's hard. Yeah, he knows about football, how football hard is. Nah, it's hard. It is hard. So, obviously, I feel like there's not a lot of people that are black that are doing what you lot are doing. Mm-hmm. So how important is it for you lot to not only represent, people in general, but represent our kind of people, and do it for us? And do you want to see more people like us do more things of your nature? And in the long run, it's that's the kind of vision you'd like to see. Yeah. It's for us to build and leave something where we can help others come into this field if they want to come into management or want advice on maybe coming into promoting. None of it's going to be easy. The management's probably a bit easy. Once we're flowing, the management side, guys can come in and say, look, I want to manage, and we'll probably look at trying to help them, see what talent they got, see how it works in terms of with their fight, with ticket sales and other things. But we're opening that door ready for guys who have fighters. Initially, a lot of stuff happens in this boxing. If a black guy or a guy of some form of colour has a fighter, they'd normally have to partner up with someone white to get their fight out, to get where they need to, because there's no inroad for them as such. And that's a fact. People can be upset about that. It's just a fact what it is. But some people do get upset when you kind of talk about this. When you talk about diversity and you want change and you want to be at the table just like everyone else, being respected as a businessman. Sometimes they went, well, listen, no, everything seems, we're in the times, 2022, everything's out in the open. And I said, yeah, okay, buddy. You know what I mean? But I'm saying right now, we're making inroads. We're still early in this infancy, but we are bringing in a lot of people of, the brands we bring in alcohol brands, black owned, brown owned, there's white people. I'm not saying it's only black or brown people, but we are diverse, and we're bringing in a lot of black-owned businesses or people who I know, friends of mine, maybe Asian, maybe white, whatever it is. But we're opening up the lane so everyone has their part, and we're instead of just giving hands out, I'll give you an opportunity to make money and create a business within our business, so you can go on and get more business, and it's happening.
Yeah,
and it's like we've I don't even know how many staff. How many staff do you reckon we've got on that whole thing when it's all up and running? Yeah, 50, 60 on this, So it's quite evolved quite quickly.
That's a team right there.
And then obviously these people are getting jobs off the back of that. So people who've opened cleaning companies who we use now are getting jobs elsewhere. The cooks who people buying food from them, people taking their number of cars and hiring them for gigs after. The bar start, it's the same. So there's a job after a job after, so it just evolves and grows the whole system. So, it's good that we are putting people in position to make money instead of
shaking it from you.
Yeah, instead of them saying, give me a little money, I make all it, put money, you're a superstar, I said, no, I tell you, what do you do? Yeah. If you go and do this, you can go through, make your own door and do this thing. And
I prefer that though, because that's like, it's more like
there's longevity for more. Yeah,
right? If I take 10K off you, that's gone by a week.
Exactly, that's not going to help.
Can't do nothing with that. Do you know what I mean? But networking me with someone else could lead up to big things. You know what I mean?
So it's actually it's a good system right now. What's working, but we're just like, we want to kind of in the future have a system that is working, cohesive, that more people from man's demographic, like I was saying in the beginning, who don't want to box, or their careers was cut short. They might be coaches, they might want to become managers, and I'll liaise and work with them to, find, I've advised and help co-manage, whatever it is, to help their guys come in and make them feel a part of this. Because people sometimes do not feel the part because they're just in the background sitting there and having to get someone else take all the light.
Yeah.
But then they're in the background. And you hear it time and time again, you hear man saying, oh, that's my father. I said, oh, is it? I didn't even know that. Because they said, yeah, I work with him because that's the only way they can get through that door. And it's a shame, and it shouldn't be that. We're in 2022, like most people say. You know what I mean? And we should be advancing differently in the world and how people look at and perceive people of colour. You know what I mean? Yeah. But we're going to continue smashing it, man, and showing them, look, we're not only, equals, we are on par and just as smart, if not even better sometimes. Yeah. Sorry to say that. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
Yeah. So you like have 50, 60 people like under one umbrella. So like, say if someone wants to join you lot,
that's what I was gonna.
What value do you lot?
While he was talking,
I
was thinking, like, it's not only just boxing.
Yeah.
So you've got people that do the food and etc. Or it could be something as little that you could own a punching machine that you use.
Yeah.
Black owned as well.
Yeah.
The 360 machine.
The
thing, whatever. So if there's anyone out there that feels like they can put, or they've got something that's valuable to put in towards our show or towards the business, and that, don't feel ashamed or afraid to contact.
Sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we're open to everything, innit?
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? It could be someone that does face masks or whatever. It could be something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're open to anything, so don't get shook.
Wicked. So, but like, what do you lot? Come. So like, but what's like? Obviously, I'm sure you lot don't. Obviously, you lot are open to taking everyone and anyone. But like, what is it like? What are you lot looking for in that person? Like, is it work ethic? Is it like his IQ? Her IQ?
There's many things, obviously, because we get a lot of people. I gave that guy contacted me the other day at the fight, and he took his information.
Oh yeah.
We've got people who, maybe love the sport and got the passion, and they will say that we're open to do kind of any small or big and sometimes Frank Smith was Eddie Hearn's T-boy originally.
Yeah.
And look at him now, he's the CEO of the company.
That's crazy.
So
T-boy.
It's just one of them things. Sometimes people will outgrow someone and become into a different position. So, like I said, sometimes you got to be able to think to yourself, well, I'm going to start somewhere and grow in and learn, and maybe learn your own thing, or maybe go on and do something else, or build another extension and say, well, do you know what? I've seen this, that I can, be part of this, but an extension, and go on and do this in this part of the umbrella under this, or maybe just move separately, but still work together.
Yeah.
So, right now, we're in a position where we're keeping it short and tidy at the minute because we're still developing, but we're still open because like I said, it's a lot of work that is needed, and sometimes you never know who's going to come through the door with whatever talent. Like I said, we've kind of got a system. We've built the infrastructure, and we've got like the blueprint, and it's working. Yeah. So we're not going to change it too much just yet. We are looking for maybe people, commentators. Okay. No, we've got our presenters, so maybe extra commentators who are good. Because we got a few, but sometimes some people ain't available on certain nights, so we've got to. And the more shows we do, we're going to have to be, I heard him talking about the face mask or painting or something. Those are good because it's a family event. We're doing. Yeah,
it's a fun event.
There's kids. It's not just, we're trying to bring value for the money. So it's the boxing because it's grassroots, it's building, it's getting better and better, the fights, because the initial shows was post-COVID. So some of the guys, obviously everyone wasn't fit, everyone was in the best shape. So it slowly is developed now. Everyone was saying, well, wow, these fights were a lot better on this card. And that's because now things are slowly getting back to normal, slowly. We don't trust these people though, but yeah, that's another story. But listen, we're moving out of that. People are training, people are getting a new lease of life, fighting, activity, and being active. So, people are coming out, it's good music, good food, and they're bringing their kids. And if there is someone who wants to could do face painting, because summertime, this is the time to make it like a festivity party, fun vibe, day out for family and kids and whatever. Then we're open to that. We're open. We was looking for like maybe Afrobeats dancers or people of that nature to perform, or people who can perform instruments. I want something different because I'm looking at what I would like to go out and and see what this would be quite enjoying. A moment of because sometimes when boxing is on and the fights ain't on, it's kind of like boring. Nothing ain't going on. It's kind of dead. Yeah. I don't want them dead moments. I want the whole thing to just be cracking. So at man's thing, the music is cracking. Like he's vibesy. So if it's not that, then I want the entertainment. It could be a dancing thing, Afrobeats. Then if it's not that, it's someone who can play like instrument, getting busy and just
violin and that.
You understand? Moving smoky with the thing. Mad moves. You get me? We want the vibe. You know what I'm saying, isn't it? The mad geezer getting it. I found one online. He was moving mad.
Was it crazy?
Crazy. He was moving crazy, that done. And he said, we'll find him for you, man. Try it in the video so people can enjoy what I was enjoying. That guy was moving. Did you see that guy I sent you a little while ago? The one with the long hair, bro. He was moving mad.
Well, in a good way.
Yeah. I'm saying, bro, he was tough. With the thing, he was getting it to them. Doing all the moves, jumping and like he was moving mad. Justy. That done. We got that done. I don't even know his name, but I'd like you on the show if one day we catch you.
Cool. So, obviously, so you lot got a lot going on. So, what other avenues are you lot trying to get into that's maybe different? Obviously, like you lot do boxing.
Yeah, so we do music management. I manage a few of my guys, Schema, Perm, the OJB man, them is my guys. So we're all working, we help them. And we're doing a bit of football. So we're still looking for talent as well. But football's hard. Football's real hard. I've got someone who I work with who's the front person to kind of do that, but at the same time, I still liaise with them and work with them. But he's the main man that kind of works them. So, my cousin's doing really good. He's in Reading, broke into the first team, end of the season, and they've got good plans for him. So hopefully, he's gone to that strength and conditioning guy as well. Yeah. So he started yesterday. He started Monday. These lot started today. So they're all just they're all gonna be working with the same team down there, doing good things, and they got a good system at that SNC place. So I'm trying to get him good and strong, and let's see where it takes him, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, he's very talented anyway. He was one of the standouts of the Chelsea because he was at Chelsea from 5 to 16 or something. I think he won the cool treble and he done bare things, but he was one of the standout kids there. But then badness and road took him, but then he managed to find his way back. So, credit to him, he's doing good things, you know what I mean?
Nah, wicked, man. How do you lot feel about everyone? I feel like boxing is becoming popular.
Yeah, well, I think, boxing has become more commercial in terms of for a lot more black people are fighting, more man them are fighting, so people are supporting their people, and now a lot more. You see a lot more, way more black people at fights. Like you got that on Saturday. That fight was a lot of, obviously it's two ends, man. Craig and Boatsy and Sydenham and Southeast. Craig and you know, it's been going on for many years. Even when we fought Joshua Dill and Joshua was North London, that was crazy at that place that time.
Yeah.
O2 was ram, about 25,000 people. Bro, there was not a space in sight.
Yeah.
So it's been happening for a while now, and now we're into a period where it's fully just out there now. Because even then it was busy, but then now, just like there's so much man boxing, because all of the man that was coming through were probably amateurs and other things at that time, and there's bare inroads. Now you've got us as black promoters doing stuff and channeling. I think there's a few other black promoters. You've got Pat Barrett from Manchester. He's doing his thing up there. And then there's another guy, Paul from Luton. He's actually got a show on, Paul Webb. He's got a show on Saturday. So, you know, I'll pick up these men and, you know, and try and, you know, I do go to pools sometimes. I don't know. I think I'm busy Saturday, but yeah, most of the people are trying to support and just, you know, they're the same, coming from the same thing. They're just doing their thing and pushing out. But yeah, it's evolved so much now. Everyone wants to be a boxer, get on Sky or get on the Zone and, you know what I mean, do their thing. Everyone wants to be a rapper. Yeah. It's the time. But right now, everything's merging. Football, entertainment. Do you see a lot of rappers? Like I said, I saw Stormzy. Yeah. At the boxing, come and yell man up and say, yes, champ, big up. I was chatting to, showing my love. Yes, that's the first time I actually met him. So that was respectful and good. That you know what I mean. I was chatting to Lee for B as well. I was on to Lee for B, so I was chatting to him. So it's mad because I remember I saw online that he said he built like 50 yards or something in Ghana. Yeah. So I went up to him and I said, yo, big man, I'm just gonna shoot my thing, you get me? Give me a free house, big man. He just started laughing. Yeah. And then I said, well, you know, in this world, if you don't ask, you don't get. And he said, 100%. He said, Ma, if you asked like about a year ago, I could have gave you a good deal on the house. So we just chatted and he said, look, give me your number and I'm going to message you. So he messaged me. See what and that was it. And you got to take your chance, you get me? So he was just like, me and him.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, even how this came about, it's like, obviously, a lot of people are afraid of directly asking for something. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, like me, don't know each other, so obviously, but I know him. So I said, bro, like I'd be grateful if you can get these men on my platform. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, it happened. So obviously, if you don't ask, it won't happen. And even if he told me, bro, can't lie, them on a bit, I would have said, cool. At least I tried. I can sleep
absolutely.
At night. But no, there was an opportunity. I'll be like, rah. Do you know what I mean?
Listen, one thing I always just keep going. Even if they say no, shut the door in your face with something. It's less and less nowadays. But, you know, you still kind of, even if it's the sideward ones where they do, the sideward ones, you know, they might shake your hand and smile and say, oh, let's get on a convo soon, let's get on a cool. And then it's just all long and they do this. You can sense it though anyway when they're moving a bit spooky. And you think,
We were chatting about that, remember? I said, yo, if you're going to ask someone something, just do it directly.
Yeah, no, exactly.
The whole fake convo, oh, how's your day been? Bro, allow me, man. I know you're not on that. What are you saying? What do you want? What do you need? Yeah. I'm more happier than that because then at least
you just know what you want.
I know your intentions.
Yeah, you just know what you want.
Yeah.
So it's like I said, I was, you know, they was quite cool. We was jovial bossing, and then Joey Essex was there. He was chatting to man, and he just all knew, man. Yeah, the show was really good last week, and I was like, right, I've never seen this guy in a month for Sundays, you know. It's just interesting. All these people who are doing things and they know your business. Obviously, it's out there, man's out there, innit? So it's the same, innit? Like you see them, and like, oh, that's my done. You know what I mean? I tell you who's someone I bucked Rimsey as well a little while ago, and he's a proper level down to earth.
He's humble. He seems humble. Yeah,
proper humble. Yeah. You know what I mean? I saw him when I was doing it, and he said, "Oh, that's my man, boxer man, rotted, yes." And he showed a lot of love, and you know, someone who's doing their thing it's nice when people are respectful because it goes a long way, and it shows a testament to them, and they deserve whatever they're getting because they're clean-hearted, and it shows that all the bad man and grudgeful people who are the ones that will just see you, don't really say nothing. To see you working, grafting hard to try and make a lane for man's culture and demographic, but won't give you your flowers. Right now, you're meant to give people their flowers and give them if they're doing things, I would tell them, man, yeah, you're doing big things. I like your thing. Big up, keep working, you get me? Because inspiration all the way around, it's a 360, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, the boxing, there was bad people over there, you know what I mean? So it was good business.
Nah, that's sick. So, like, obviously, I want to ask Chris Santos this as well. So, like, what has boxing done for you, man, in terms of, like, obviously, it's a great sport, but, like, what has it done for you guys' lives in general, outside of boxing? What has it done for you that translates into, like, your real lives?
Change their lives, you know? Yeah.
I could tell by your necklace still, but, you know.
But yeah, change their life, man. Doing positive things, you know. We do positive things happen. You know, getting the love back, so all the hard work's not for nothing.
Wicked.
That's more important.
It
Yeah,
feels good. It feels real good.
Wicked. What about you, Santos?
Yeah, boxing for me, obviously, it was a sport that I came into late. So, during the time I was a bit confused. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do something like massive, great and stuff like that. So I dabbled into loads of things, clothing, music management, properties, all of that stuff. And you know what I mean? So, but boxing is everything all in one. Like, so, yes, really changed man's life. You know what I mean?
I love boxing too.
Yeah.
Boxing.
Yeah.
So you got fans as well.
the fact that's you got to be a fan.
So we got to talk about a bit of the about some fights and that, obviously. You know what I mean? So let's get to it, man.
What would you ask?
I want to ask what the fans want to know.
Yeah.
How was obviously how's everyone's I want everyone's opinion on the fight, obviously, with Tyson Fury and Dillian White. You know what I mean? Obviously, the whole hood was behind my man. You know what I mean? So was I. You know what I mean? So I want everyone's, thoughts and intakes.
Yeah,
do
you know what? I don't know. It's kind of a surreal moment that it was like 95,000 people there. Mad.
Yeah.
Bro, it's crazy. It was kind of crazy taking it in. And it couldn't be taken in because there was too much emotional factors on the line.
Yeah.
You know, being there, trying to be focused and not taking the crowd. Obviously, I was looking around and it was just like, what the fuck? We made it to this, it is mad. And it was one of them ones we didn't just want to get there to be there, to say we was here. So, Dill worked tirelessly in camp. He was over there for a few weeks and he was in good shape, man. He was working hard. The sparring partners was under pressure. Yeah. And even on the night, to be honest, I felt like there wasn't much in that fight.
Yeah.
It was a bit of tick for tack. And then obviously, the plan was to go to the body. That started to work because you could see Fury breathing a little bit harder. But he definitely was a lot more harder to hit than maybe a thought.
Yeah.
It was because he was, he was tying up, which we knew. But then obviously Dill was doing the stuff. But then they was both getting tired because it's hard wrestling. It's a big old ogre as well. You're trying to,
and the big guys, man.
Yeah, no, he's a big old unit. You know what I mean? Dill was trying to go over the top, do things. But we're part of history. Obviously, the wrong side, like I always say, for coming up short. But it was an amazing experience being part of that. Obviously, he was heartbroken.
Yeah,
obviously from the defeat, man. Because, like you said, I think that's probably the most confident I've been that we was going to catch this guy at some stage.
Yeah, because
he makes a lot of mistakes. And what I noticed, he didn't do and box the way he'd box against Wilder and other people. So he changed it again because he knew Dillian was, a very solid campaigner and that he can punch. And if you can't come on the front foot, you're definitely going to be banging trouble. Yeah. So and it's boxing, so I understand it, but he was talking the hardest, But it's just one little credit to him, man. He got the win, he moves on, and his legacy is cemented somewhat. And Dill will be back, man. Look, there's time. Dill will be back. And there's mega fights out there from still. There's Wilder, there's rematch with Joshua, there's the winner of Usyk and Joshua, there's Andy Ruiz, there's big fights out there. So, boxing, people always talk about losing, man. They make too much about defeats. Because Mayweather's 50 or 52 and all.
That's what I always say.
We always blame him as well.
Blame money, man.
But there's guys, look, Canelo lost the other day. He just announced his fight trilogy with Triple D. He's not missed a beat.
Don't care.
He has not missed a beat. It doesn't define you. He's not missed a beat. And, when you're at heavyweight, it's win is by either knockout or points. And a lot of them is knockout because, and it depends how you fight as well. If you're an aggressive come forward, you're more than likely either going to get caught or knock the person out. It's not too much in this.
Yeah. One shot, really.
Yeah, because if you're like in that fight against Buatsi and Richards, changing subject, that was one of them because if Craig threw a bit more determination in his uppercuts, he might have caught him because Buatsi was aggressive coming forward and he just needed to have a little bit of patience and time that uppercut.
Aggression to against him.
He would have caught him because he is similar. He's like Dill. He comes aggressive, comes low and then gets busy. But his head's kind of forward, if you get what I mean. But this is boxing. It's easier said than done. But I'm trying to thump off the good vibes. You see, it's in me, look, just trying to thump anything.
No, but you know what it is with heavyweights, I feel like even if you lose a fight, it takes one fight for you to be back in the mix.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Anyone could beat anyone at any given time as well. That's another thing. So it's just one look. Chizora's now, they're going to announce soon Chisora versus Kawanaki soon.
He's not stopping, is he?
No. Bro, he's got big sheets to collect. What's he going to stop him?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he don't care about, like, he just wants to go at it.
And that's a man that's lost, over
13 times probably.
Yeah. No, I respect it.
But he's coming off like 2 defeats, Chisora, I was saying, and then Kawanaki coming off the 2 defeats from Helenis.
Chizora's like 3 defeats, no?
Possibly even.
Yeah.
Still cleaning up.
Still on it. Yeah.
Cleaning up, big business. So people laugh and say, this guy's gatekeeper, this is that. He's the gatekeeper of the bag. Yeah. He's the bag keeper. This guy, there's internet warriors talking about, he's the bag keeper, fam. Yeah. He is cleaning up still. Yeah. You look, doing all that talking about this and that homeboys cleaning up, buying big old yards, millions, making fortune, can buy Rolls Royce every time he's cutting tree, fam. You get me? And that's just part of it. You get what I'm trying to say? So it's kind of weird, but look, I suppose it makes it, innit? You're going to get those negatives and positives. So, but I'm saying heavyweight boxing, bare people say, Dylan, he should just retire. I'm like,
no way.
What's he got? He's lost to, what is it?
Olympians.
Two
Olympians.
No
2
way.
golden Olympians.
Yeah, and then obviously Tyson Fury, they're saying probably the best of our era. So you can't complain in terms of losses because it was always against him to lose anyway, the odds. But people was like, he was getting outboxed. I'm like, outboxed where? No chance, bro. That guy, he was in there boxing, doing, even after Tyson Fury was talking and the coach was saying, you know what, he's a lot more smarter than we thought he was, because we thought it was more just a come forward brawler throwing his hands and we was going to catch him.
And normally, like, they them man there, they trash talk a lot, but they showed him bare respect a lot. So I thought, these man trying to soften him up and that. You know, that was there. Like, they were nice during the whole camp.
We patterned it all, all nice and friendly.
Face off though. It got a bit techie in the face.
Like the little touching things. It was funny.
It was a bit kinky, but we kept it respectful, man. Obviously, we was there, man. The man was there, man. PA in force.
I want to see the
Northwest, East, South, Tottenham. We had man from everywhere, from South East. We had a good firm there, man. So it was respectful respect. It was earned, man. So it's all good, and it was, it didn't need to do that. The fight was sold. They just done their thing, but look, it's just one of them, innit?
Yeah, I'm trying to see the AJ and I'm trying to see him and AJ. I can't lie.
That's gonna be mad again.
I think that one would be like
that might be Wembley again.
In my opinion, if AJ loses to Usyk, I think that would be the fight I think that would be the fight that would call.
Yeah.
It's the only fight that makes sense, isn't it?
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. Both coming back from a loss. Yeah.
They put up the picture, innit?
Yeah. What one was that though? Like, man, them just put up pictures about like.
No, I think he just randomly bucked him. I could not even tell you where we was. Where was you, in America?
Yeah. He was in America. Yeah.
But they're cool like that, innit? Like,
no, they weren't really mad cool. But obviously, if they see each other, come on, they're not gonna just walk past. There's a bit of respect, so they're gonna rap, and they ended up chatting. So I think, that's good that it's like that, man. Because I felt like it needed to kind of be somewhat squashed. I think you're only rivals when you're in the ring. Other than that, I don't think it's necessary that there needs to be that. This is a man from North London doing great things and building the sport, and he's opened up the door to many people coming into boxing. The girl them coming in because they liked him. Guys, my guy AJ, and then obviously Dill building his platform and so on. And them two have been pioneers. Like Chizora's been in there as well in the mix, from people coming into young people from Brixton or wherever you're south, looking up to Dilly and Chisora, AJ, those guys coming from similar demographics. So it's definitely been a wave, and obviously they're kind of normal people, kind of you can see floating about if you're in North or you're in South or at one time or another. So I think it was always good. So yeah.
Okay. And your next show is when? In June, you said?
We've got a co-promotion with Victor Smith on June the 25th, and then I'm literally just trying to push through some things. We've got a new venue was getting assessed on first week of June. Oh, the second week, it could be anyway. I've just sorted it out today. If that gets assessed and that gets approved, we're going to announce a fight probably like in July. I'm trying to do maybe I don't even want to give too much information, but July.
If you want to drop some bombs on here, you know.
No, you know, the thing is, you know, you don't want to give too much to people because
they
could be interfering with what I'm kind of doing. But yeah, early July, we might have a new venue, a new place, a new show, which will be excellent. If not, we'll have to maybe just look at the table, and then after that, we're going to be, I think, back in September and November. So we'll have a busy year. We'll have another 3 or 4 shows and see out the year. So that will bring us to around 7 shows, which is a hell of a lot of shows in 1 year.
It is.
I mean, we're super active, man.
It's not no regular shows as well. It's like big shows. You know what I mean?
Putting them out.
Come on, man. Big shows, man. So, you know what I mean? And like, how do you lot pick who's like what fights you lot want on your show? Do you lot reach out, or do they reach out to you lot?
We've got fighters that we manage and look after. I train them as well, some of the fighters, you know. So I coach them, manage them. So it's a lot. You know, I'm just doing a mad thing. So we're in the gym with them 3 days a week, training. And then obviously you got fighters manage and put everything together. So, and then a lot of now, because the thing's popping, everyone's seeing it, we're just getting bare people through the door to sign and do stuff. So yeah, it's good times.
Cold.
I've got a few fighters now, which I think I should be signing. So, but it's just there's just a lot going on, and then people who either message me, and I bear them in mind. If I can't get them straight, I put them on a reserve list. A lot of people tend to pull out for injury and so many other things. So, you know, it's we're just marching on. But we've been had a bit of luck and fortunate and hard work, because you definitely need a little bit of luck in anything you're doing. You know what I mean? Luck plays its part, man. Lady luck, you know what I'm saying? So
everyone needs luck. Now, hopefully, you know, like, obviously, you man can keep doing your thing, man. And obviously, it'd be nice to see you lot on TV and that, like, TV deals and that. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, no, come on, that's work. That's the aim. That's always the aim.
You man, that's in the works. I can already sign this in the works, anyways.
Yeah, no, we're looking.
That millionaire.
We're looking, but you know, I'm not gonna lie. It's not right now. It's difficult because the funding. I know a lot of TV don't have the big budgets, but we probably could find smaller ones quite easy. But you know, we need sheets.
Yeah, but you lot,
we need the big sheets.
But you lot have value, though. Do you know what I mean?
So that's why we're kind of.
When you have value, it's like you're always gonna get that opportunity.
Yeah, so it will come. It will come, man. God willing, it will come. We just got to keep plugging. Like I said, we're gonna have. You know, this is our 4th show coming up. In 7 months it'll be so. It's good. So we'll be able to use this as a CV to say to someone, "Look, this is what we're very successful." Especially when you look at a lot of the other smaller shows. I mean, no discredit to them. They're doing their thing with longevity, but what we build is a bit unique in itself, and it's different. And even the board members from the British board are saying, we see the lane how you know what I mean. And it was good to see how busy you were. It's crazy. It's just mad busy. And I said, yeah, man, that's good, man. You know what I mean? We have a lot of people that come down and support the boxers and support myself, and obviously the guys as well. So it's good. We only want to go from strength to strength. So if you're interested in boxing and you want to come to a good boxing show, Blvckboxglobal, baby. Yeah. We're doing shows, Hitman Out, Santa, CEO, Blackbox 100, and then Dean White on Instagram, or the Blvckboxglobal page. The guys who run that all kind of, they're doing an amazing job on there. Big up Leon. You know what I mean? Big up Christian. There's guys who do many different things in this team kind of pushing. So yeah, we're just open, man. We're ready to rock and roll, and eventually, like you say, once one of them broadcasting things come, but we are talking to people. Like I said, I'm really dealing with a lot of people in America. That's where the money is, man.
Of course.
And if I can tie up with someone there that wants to come into the UK market and then they want to work there, that's even better, because I want to break into that market, because that's where the real pound note, the sheets is the dollars, yen, anything they want. Give me ruple, but only per ruple, you know what I'm saying? Want the money. So yeah.
You know, that money is definitely a big factor as well. But like, obviously, in terms of legacy, what's everyone trying to leave behind?
But it will come. That's what will come once you translate into the lane of TV and doing Britain and America. The legacy will come, because it's a unique thing in terms of, you've got Al Heyman, PBC in America, but he's
never seen though, man.
He's never seen, but he just stays in America. Yeah. I think he did do something in the UK. So with ITV, I don't know. It never really.
It was the Eubank and the girl fight.
Okay.
But it didn't really. I think they had a longer deal, but it just.
But that show didn't sell out OT. So from that moment, they were just like, I'm not sure if this is going to
Yeah, for it's not for us though. But yeah, that's what we're looking, man. The legacy will be left from the work and our work ethic and what we put in, man, and continue to push and build globally across UK, America, Africa, where we're planning to go, and anywhere else that an opportunity creates itself. I see Floyd in Abu Dhabi with them, man. They with the real paper. Hit me up, man. Them Abu Dhabi man. We want that. We're ready to work as well. Any man watching this, big up.
Come on. That wicked. Now, thank you lot for coming down. Thank you lot for taking the time out. Obviously, you lot are busy guys. You lot do your thing. So for you lot to be here, giving me obviously the opportunity and that, really, really appreciate it. You know what I mean? And I wish you all nothing but the best. Hopefully, see a lot more TV and that, more deals, more money, more business, more everything.
Oh man, come on, man.
You know what I mean? Inshallah, yeah. Just get it. Chris is a money man. I can't lie. Chris is different. But yeah, now where can everyone find you lot still on like socials and that? Where can everyone like on what platform are you lot on?
Instagram, I think a lot of us on mainly.
We'll start from you.
Instagram, Santos.ceo.
Yeah.
That's it.
What about you, Chris?
Box Management 100 IG.
His one's never the personal thing. It's like a the business accounts. You don't play.
And then _ Dean White, man. You can catch me there. Hit me up, man.
Right. That's it.
So this is the team, and there's others that I've mentioned before. But yeah, just hit us up, man. Follow the journey. Blvckboxglobal as well. Instagram. Follow that. That's the promotional page. What puts all the content. They do good work on there. So just hit us up, man. It's all love, man.
That's it, man, guys. It's a wrap. Much love. Subscribe. Ow! Wow.